So the term comprehensive immigration reform, it is code for let illegals into this country. And in the Golden State, it's a done deal. It's over. The only question now is who's next? Joining me now from Southern California, conservative activist and Daily Ledger contributor Patricia Newman. Patty, the numbers are out, and it is clear that white people in the great state of California are now a minority, that Hispanics have overtaken whites in terms of population. So I guess we could say that La Raza and the Democrat Party both have achieved their common goal.
Yeah, we could say that Latinos took over California without firing one shot. And it is true. There are 14.99 million Latinos in California versus 14.92 million white people in California. So it is, now the numbers are very close. As of today, 39% are white, and 39% are Latinos, and 38.8% are white. So, plus you have to take into consideration, there's also 15% of the population in California that are Asians or Pacific Islanders,
right,
and 5.3% Black people. Black people are underrepresented in California because that is 13.6 nationwide.
So we need to change that. You're sounding like the Obama White House right now.
No, but there are a lot of people that are saying that the reason why there are less white Americans in California is because whites are leaving such a multiculturally, enriched area of our country, and that is just not true.
Yeah, if they're leaving because of the taxation that's going on in the great state of California. But I don't even like to talk about this racial stuff. To me, this is divisive, and it drives a wedge. You're a Latina, ¿sí? ¿Habla español? ¿Sí? ¿Sí?
Sí, es mi primer idioma.
Okay.
The thing is,
right,
though, and I agree with you.
But wait a minute.
Yes.
We shouldn't even be talking about this except for one component, in my opinion, and that is illegal immigration, because X amount of this has taken place because of illegal immigration and not legal immigration, and not the normal machinations in the changing of a society. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, number one, I want to make it clear that I do not identify myself as a Latino or a Hispanic. I don't even know which one's the politically correct way of saying it. What I do identify myself as an American. And you are right. It is a huge part of our problem, the illegal immigration aspect of this. But our immigration laws are also contributing to even the legal immigration laws. There are 1.24 million immigrants that are expected to come into America just this year. 14 million in the next 10 years. So this is an open immigration policy, and a lot of people point to the Democratic policies that are considered a magnet attraction, like federal goodies, free education, free food. All those things do not help. But I also think that Americans need to take some responsibility for what's happening, because the GOP, while correctly focusing on we need to secure the border and we need to stop all of this federal giveaways, they forget to educate the population, educate about the founding principles of this country, why we
educate immigrants, new immigrants. In other words, the assimilation process.
Not necessarily just immigrants. I think we need to educate Americans, because that is where it comes from. How are we going to teach immigrants to assimilate if we ourselves are not familiar with the founding principles?
Oh, absolutely. And also unfamiliar with our immigration process. Like, for example, chain migration. If you mention the term chain migration into a crowded restaurant, there's not a single person who's going to understand what that term is. Chain migration was part of a diametric change in this country in the 1960s that essentially allows immigrants to bring in other immigrants that are ostensibly members of their family. So in other words, what's happening is immigrants are now dictating and determining who is coming in this country instead of you and me, right?
Exactly, absolutely. So, what I would do is go back to the Coolidge era, era where in 1923 to 29, while he was president, he put a cap on immigration. Why? Because it's smart to do that. It allows us time to assimilate the immigrants that are coming into the nation, to educate them on the principles, and not only that, it creates economic opportunity for those that are already here. If you have just an open door policy, then everybody that is here are losing their jobs. In the meantime, we have 8.8 million people with green cards.
Yep.
That makes no sense. And sadly, that is probably the minority of the immigrants that come in, because the minority are from poor countries that are in, and they are not well educated. They're not working as engineers for the big corporations. These are people that are coming in and taking advantage of some of these federal programs. One of the things that was most disappointing to me is that only 19% of Latinos believe in small government.
That's astounding.
Only 36%.
And that proves my point, that the lack of assimilation here. Why are they coming to this country if they believe in big government? Well, I guess we have big government, but I mean, it's helping fuel the problem, correct?
You know, as I'm driving over here to meet with you, I'm thinking all this time I thought they were running away from their native countries because that they were running away from the lack of rule of law. And after reading the statistics, I'm thinking maybe they were thinking the government was not giving them enough over there, and we give more goodies. Right. And that would be really bad.
It is bad. And you're right. We need to go back to the quota system. We need to secure the border and go back to the quota system. Otherwise, a bloodless coup like took place in California is going to happen soon in Texas and other places. Patty, out of time. Thank you.
Thank you.